This character is the start of a new meta. Let's talk about it. What's good, YouTube? NoGoodEman coming to you today with an Esil Radiru guide video. So guys, Esil just released and now's the best time to drop a guide because honestly, she's an insane character and I'm not gonna lie, the fire meta is on the rise. But more info on that a little bit later. We're gonna talk Esil, we're gonna talk the best artifacts for her, best pairings and everything in between. But before we talk a single thing, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss a live or an upload. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the hunter herself. If we go down to her character breakdown, then you guys will see that Esil is actually a ranger unit that deals attack based damage. And with that, you guys definitely want to build her out with those attack based stats in mind. Currently, how I have her built out as far as artifacts go, I have her with an 8-piece burning greed set. Now hear me out here. It's gonna be a little bit interesting because with Esil being an attack based character, you could in theory put on anything you wanted on her. So with that, put on whatever the hell you like on Esil. On all honesty, I do think that she's going to be more so a support character, so I won't really use her as a main showing or as a main DPS, so you won't see anything like 4-piece curse, 4-piece beast on my end, but you guys could actually do that. So that's kind of insane to think of. The artifacts you have on your Sun Jinoo, you could put it on Esil and Esil could honestly play like a monster, play out of her mind even. But honestly guys, if we're talking as far as metas go, if we're talking best bang for your buck, go ahead and throw on 8-piece burning greed. If you don't like 8-piece burning greed, then try out 4-piece burning greed with 4-piece Peridot. Honestly, that's probably the only two suggestions that I'm gonna give as far as support builds. And then DPS builds, you can try out that expert set, you can try out curse. And then what I will say is that Esil does focus on defense ignore, defensive penetration, so the arm set is actually a very good set to suggest. I currently have no built out arm sets, so definitely this will take a long time for me to build. So if anybody has a good arm set, go ahead and try that on Esil and then let me know how that fares. But from there, let's go ahead and talk about Esil's kit because Esil has quite a wordy kit, guys, so bear with me in this next part. But when Esil Radiru successfully puts a target in the break state, it increases the duration of the break state by 3 seconds. So after that, when she uses Death Rush or Extreme Evasion, it activates a Lance Throw. What a Lance Throw is, it's basically a conditional effect. Esil will throw a spear that pierces through the magically created armor. She's going to deal damage equal to 800% of her attack, and when her attack hits, it's going to deal weak break damage. And then when it does also hit, it activates the Prey effect. And the Prey effect, if we go down a little bit more, when Esil successfully puts a target into the break state, it gains a Prey on the weak effect with a potency based on the number of Prey effects previously applied. Duration over 60 seconds, can stack up to 50 times. Very nice, very lovely, very cool. And then the maximum number of prey effects that can be applied through Lance Throw is 5. And then Lance Throw, that is going to be the move that activates after you guys use your Extreme Evasion. So keep that in mind because honestly, it's a very interesting way how you kind of want to play with her. But Enhanced Lance Throw, also we need to talk about it because when she uses Stabbing Spikes, Glorious Wounds, or Cascading Glory, she grants herself the Enhanced Lance Throw effect. What this will do, this will increase the damage of Lance Throw and the break effectiveness by 80%. This can stack up to 5 times. And then after Lance Throw is activated, all effects of Enhanced Lance Throw are removed over infinite duration, also stacks up to 5 times. So keep in mind, she has a lot of stacking. She's a very much a gimmick character, and we definitely predicted this with Esil's kit. It's honestly insane how this works, and we're not even done because when Lance Throw is activated, its potency increases based on the number of enhanced Lance Throw instances applied. Break effectiveness will also increase in Workshop of Brilliant Light by 24%. So with that, guys, I'm not gonna lie, Esil is quite literally made for Workshop of Brilliant Light. I know Netmarble said they wouldn't do this, but they're doing it, so you know, they're their own company, they can do whatever the hell they like. So with that, you definitely need Esil, or not need Esil, but when Hard Mode Deimos comes out, you whales will need Esil. You endgame players will need Esil, right? And if you're just starting a new account, I see no reason for you to draw for Esil, but we'll get into the final verdict a little bit later. We do want to talk about this Prey on the weak effects because that is going to activate once a target is successfully put into the break state. So what this will do, this will increase the fire damage by 0.3%. It'll also increase damage taken by 0.3%. So debuffs to your team, break for your team. Esil honestly does a lot of crazy things. Let's keep on going because honestly, this is just advancement 0. Add advancement 1, While the effects of Foretold Victory are active, the effects of Lance Throw are enhanced. The damage of Lance Throw increases by 100%, and then when Lance Throw hits, it inflicts the prey effect 2 times, and then the prey effect triggered by Lance Throw can only be applied up to 10 times. And if you're wondering what Foretold Victory is, that is going to be her ultimate skill. And then as you can see, I maxed out her ultimate skill. It's definitely going to be one of the skills you want to max out first. But let's go ahead and go back to the kit, because honestly, after reading the Advancement 0 and Advancement 1, the rest is not too much to read. So from there, let's go ahead and read Advancement 2. The team member's attack increases by 3% for every fire team member in the party, stacking up to 3 times. Advancement 2 is actually going to be the sweet spot that I recommend for a lot of you light spenders, a lot of you free to plays. Now, what I will say is that if you are investing in the fire meta, I do think that you really shouldn't stop getting copies of Esil, because the characters to come are just going to be even more insane than Esil. And Esil herself is looking pretty crazy. I'm telling you guys, there is a fire meta coming through. So it's up to you whether you're going to be in front of it or behind it. I gave you the warning with the wind meta when Amami and Mirai was coming out. Now here's your second warning. But from Advancement 3, the user starts the battle with their power gauge at 100%. This means she's going to start the battle with her ultimate that deals a bunch of break damage. So keep that in mind. When Lance Throw hits, it charges their power gauge by 1%, and it decreases the cooldown of Foretold Victory by 1 second. This has a cooldown of 1 second as well, meaning you could really pop ultimate, go into the battle, do a few extreme evasions, and then as long as you're extreme evading successfully, Lance Throw is going to charge your power gauge. Foretold Victory's cooldown is going to decrease. So if you have good rotations, you could get a lot of uptime with that Esil ultimate. Obviously, you definitely want to play it out in a tactical way that'll get you a lot of utility with the entire team. But let's go ahead and talk about that Advancement 4. Team members' defensive penetration increases by 4% for every fire team member in the party. This will stack up to 3 times, meaning you're looking at upwards of 12% defensive penetration to your entire fire team if you are running an entire fire team. And then last but not least, the insane A5 for this character. When the user uses Death Rush, enhanced Lance Throw is activated 1 additional time. And then when Lance Throw hits the target within 10 seconds while they're in a break state, it triggers Prey on the Weak instead of Prey, and also enhances the Prey on the Weak effect. What this will do, this will increase your target's fire damage taken by 0.3%. It'll increase the damage taken by 0.3% over 90 seconds. But here's the kicker, this can stack up to 100 times, guys, meaning at maximum stacks, you will have the opportunity to increase your target's fire damage and damage taken by both 30%. Combining that, that's 60%. This is one of the most craziest debuffs we've seen in a character in a long time. I'm not gonna lie, guys, and I'm not exaggerating at all. This is an insane Advancement 5. And with that, I know I said A2 is the sweet spot, but honestly, with this character, it's max or nothing, I feel like, honestly. And you know, definitely whether you guys can max this character or not will be determining on your account, how many rate up tickets you have, or things like that. But I'm not gonna lie, this Advancement 5, there's not many Advancement 5s that make you go like whoa, like wow, but this is one of those, okay? And with that, let's go ahead and talk about the recommended skill use order and the recommended level up order. I'm gonna start with the level up order, because here I do want to note that you guys definitely want to start upgrading your ultimate skill as fast as possible, then go to your basic skill 2, your basic skill 1, your core attack, your QTE, your basic attacks, and then your support skill. But how you guys want to basically utilize Esil if you're playing her out with a good amount of advancements, you want to use that basic skill 2 about 2 times, use that, or no, basic skill 1 about 2 times, use that core attack. You should have your ultimate. If you don't have your ultimate, then you might be able to just QTE, do a few rotations, and then by the next rotation, when she does QTE back, she should have her ultimate. From there, use that ultimate, use that basic skill 2, and things so on so forth. But obviously, guys, Esil is an insane character. Let's go ahead and preview some of her skills, because there is so much. Whether it's the RADIRU'S spearmanship, we have the core attack, which is stabbing spikes. Honestly, a very agile character, and I'm very pleased with this Esil kit because she's playing pretty insane, right? So definitely we've been getting support characters. We even got Thomas Andre, and now we finally got just a different character, and I'm loving the variety from Netmarble, honestly. they're not doing bad. They're not doing bad, right? And I do want to address a few things when it comes to Esil as a character and her being in the fire category. I don't think this really qualifies her as a skip, right? And people are throwing around the word skip a little bit too easily nowadays, and I kind of want to address that. I think that we should actually just be realizing what really makes a character a skip. If a character has no utility, that's a skip, right? Gina, when Gina came out, she was a skip because she had no utility at the time. We're seeing Esil's utility pretty much immediately. So honestly, guys, the way Esil is, she's an insane unit. If you want to see how I have her built as far as her cores, I'm doing her mind passive with the Ancient Wraths. I'm giving her the Ancient Wraths mana power, and then the middle one really doesn't matter. But I did focus damage increase on all of these so Esil could have a good amount of damage. And then, of course, with the substats on the artifacts, you definitely want attack percentage. You want things like damage increase, additional attack. Defensive penetration is going to be a very big one because with the fire team, they are about defensive penetration for some reason. So things that can help you with that ignore defense will help you out in a great way. And then don't forget about her weapon. This is honestly the craziest weapon I've seen in the game. The user's attack increases by 12% at advancement 5, and then the additional attack of the team member with the highest critical hit rate increases by 300 per 1,000 of Esil Radiru's additional attack. The max additional attack cap increases to 2,400, meaning you guys can get a very nice amount as long as Esil has at least, I believe it's 8,000, 8,000 attack. So as long as Esil has 8,000 attack, you'll get those 8 stacks of 300 per, right? And then that'll get you the 2,400 additional attack. So if you're running, let's say you Hyun, Gina, and Esil, which is probably going to be one of the strongest fire teams, and it definitely was one of the stronger fire teams that I ran a little bit earlier, but let's go ahead and show you guys what I mean. We're going to go down here, boom, and then we're going to add Esil into the mix. If you're going to run a team like this, you're going to want to have Esil, not Esil, but Hyun as the team member with the highest critical hit rate. So as you see right now, she's overcritted 8,000 very much. Let's look at Esil. She's actually undercritted, but that's still good. And then let's look at Gina. She is a little bit on the overcrit. So when you guys play out this team, Hyun is honestly a nuke. And my Hyun's not even maxed out. She's A7 and A6 on the weapon, but this Hyun definitely packs a punch. In the Deimos WOBO, she definitely packs a punch. So with that, we're gonna release a video talking about the Deimos WOBO itself. So no gameplay in this video, but stay tuned to the channel because we are not done talking about Esil. We are not done talking about the fire team. But guys, for now, what are your thoughts on Esil? Go ahead and leave your thoughts, theories, and comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care. Peace.